I have devoted my life to studying ants as a model for human behaviour. We can draw parallels between these highly organised societies of the insects with our own, and by examining what happens to ant colonies when they grow, predict the impact of population growth on our towns and cities. And what we've learned is that if the population of London continues to increase at its current rate, then by 2025 we will see two drastic changes to the city. One, the Queen will be a lot more important. And two, Londoners of the future will turn up uninvited at garden parties and then march home in single file, carrying large pieces of ham above their heads.
Talking and not talking with Laura Solon.
Hello, you are through to internet banking. My name is Gwynneth. My payslip says I'm a trained customer services advisor, but then so is Lindsay, and she just asked me if you can eat Tipex.
Hi, I ordered a new checkbook and it hasn't arrived.
Right, well, you have two options. One, you can carry on with your life using alternative forms of payment.
Or two?
To be honest, I was hoping you were going to go with option one.
I need a new checkbook.
Okay, here's what it is. The new checkbook key is broken on my keyboard. So can I interest you in a credit card, printed statement, or Meat Mountain pizza instead?
You have a button for a Meat Mountain pizza?
Technically, it's a speed dial.
My name is Fiona Williams. Can you just look on my account and tell me if a new checkbook has been dispatched or not?
Fiona Williams. Yes, your checkbook has been dispatched. You've received it, and it's on your kitchen table next to a copy of Good Housekeeping underneath your cat, Bobbin.
What? I don't have a cat.
Are you sure? Because they are very sneaky creatures. I wouldn't be surprised if there's one sitting behind you right now.
Just when is the checkbook arriving?
Listen, if a tree falls down in a wood and it hits your checkbook and nobody hears or sees it, even if it has been dispatched, just pay on card.
I want to speak to someone else.
Me too. Bye-bye then. Thanks for your call.
If your dog misbehaves, hit him with a rolled-up newspaper. Mine still sometimes risks misbehaviour Monday to Friday, but thanks to the supplements, not at the weekends.
The United Planetary Super Four is thus assembled to protect and serve the known universe and beyond. I, the mighty gas god Spitlak, proudly hail from Saturn, and I swear to enforce justice with all my powers. From Mars, the fiery warlord Lavatron.
I am honored to join the fight against evil's might.
From Jupiter, the warrior moon queen Lunopola.
Hail! With my armies I shall defeat 1,000 enemies.
And from Earth, Bedfordshire County Council worker Pamela Harris.
And I aim to offer fair, inclusive and well-delivered service provision to meet the individual needs of the wider community.
Meeting commenced.
Jupiter is under threat from the dark and monstrous forces of Plutek the Cunning.
We will eliminate and destroy them. I shall dispatch my loyal...
Excuse me, I'm sorry. We can't just eliminate and destroy them.
Yes, we can.
Not without the appropriate documentation. We went through... Has anyone even bothered to read the minutes I sent from last week? No one.
I couldn't open the attachment.
Well, this is typical. I was in the office till 5:15 finishing those. I will refresh our memories, shall I, vis-a-vis the existing alien forces. There is a system in place. You need permission, a license, and you need to give the species you wish to de-exist at least 6 weeks' notice.
They're going to nuke my planet. We need to take immediate action.
Yes, and you can apply for that by clicking the immediate action request link on the website.
And then we can act?
No, then we will aim to respond to that request within 28 working days. The thing that no one knows about me is that I am actually Shergar. I know I don't look like him, but I am, all right, listen. Now take me to Max Clifford. I'm just going to get coffee. Do you want one?
Like a virgin. Touched and got coffee for the very first time.
What?
Oh, have I not told you? Sorry. VX News re yours truly. Madonna, HRH Queen of Pop, is going to adopt me.
Adopt you?
Yes, I was playing online Tetris against my old foe, Jinglong58 at hotmail.com, when my phone goes, "Hello, it's Hattie. I'm Madonna's people. How would you feel about calling the Magster the Mumster?" Oh, I feel I'd ruddy love it. Well, Coolio, I'll Facebook you or something, LOL.
But doesn't Madonna usually adopt children from Africa?
Yes, but that's the point, yeah? She's been there, done that. She's all about reinvention, and what better way than to immaculately conceive a 44-year-old financial advisor with full beard who, if he's honest, is more of a Tina Turner man. Stick that up your front page, Heat magazine.
Or stick that up your Richard's winding you up?
Oh.
It's difficult to find a holiday the whole family can enjoy because my son is 9, my daughter is 14, and my husband and I are swingers.
Thank you, Class 4C, for that. And next up, I'm very happy to welcome Carole Price, former pupil and successful entrepreneur.
It's just entrepreneur, actually.
Former pupil and entrepreneur to tell you all about her business life.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Some people are born great. Some people achieve greatness. And I am Carole. Hello. In the 3 years since I've been divorced, but also really fine, I founded over 21 different businesses, and here are some of the things I have learned. 1, never start a business with your own money, especially if the money was your divorce settlement and the business was shower-proof jigsaws. 2, there's no point trying to reinvent the wheel, as I discovered last year when I tried to launch the tourney round onto the car and bike market. 3, be prepared to learn from your mistakes. At 6 stone, my 428 colour biro was too heavy for the average pen user. Dogs die in hot cars, but they also died in my electric dog jacuzzi. The pooch piscine. And finally, very few people want to buy jewellery made out of skin. I had to learn that one the hard way. Twice.
I think I was always quite precocious as a child. While the other babies were being fed formula, I was eating hummus. While they were struggling with Peter and Jane, I was perusing The Guardian. And by the time my parents moved house to put us bang in the catchment area for the local primary, they found that I'd already taken matters into my own hands by buying up and converting an old jam factory in the same street and applying for a place on the school's board of governors. Well, that's not a pretty sight. How did he die, Sarge?
Pathologist said he can't be sure till the lab results come back.
Sir, I do declare.
Sorry, who the hell are they?
Sir, pleased to introduce myself. My name is Charlotte Dunn, I do declare, and this is my younger sister, Kitty, upon my countenance.
Most delighted.
Our father is a man of modest fortune, some 300 a year, and as we do not place our faith in the regular positionment of full stops, I will simply continue in my sentence and say that, like many girls of our age and fortune, we are in desperate want of a marriage. But, unlike other girls, that was not a full stop, merely a conversational hiatus. It is the truth, not universally acknowledged, that there is a stargate in our 19th century manor house through which we may travel to and fro pursuing suitors in parallel worlds.
What?
We're time-travelling single ladies from the 19th century.
Isn't that a bit far-fetched?
We also solve crime.
Kitty! Please forgive my sister's impertinent indiscretions. She hath paid regard to Rosemary and Thyme during our season in 1998. And it has given her all manner of strange disport. So, sir, what is to be your education on this most pressing of all concerns?
Sorry, what?
Do you want to marry me? Then your friend can marry Kitty.
Whoa. I'm 24.
Can't we just start with dinner?
All right, but be warned. Kitty is the youngest, so she must play the harpsichord afterwards, which will be intolerable. And we shall be forced to play a lengthy game of cards, which no one understands.
Look, you know what? I've got a murderer to find, so...
Well, I cannot think well of a man who sports with any women's feelings, and it will, I believe, be everywhere found that as the clergy are or not what they ought to be as with the rest of the nation.
Sorry?
Shove it up your bonnet, Kitty. Come on, let's try Rod Stewart's tour bus, circa 1975. You can never really know another person. Mark and I had been together 12 years before we got married, and we were on our way to Antigua for the honeymoon. And in my copy of Marie Claire was this couple's personality test. Are you really compatible? And I thought to myself, well, of course we are. We've spent nearly every day together since our first date. We've never had an argument, and we're so close. We even finish each other's, at which point Mark tapped me on the arm and said sentences. But then we did the test. You had to answer all these questions, A, B, C, or D, and then you add up your scores, and it tells you what personality type you are and whether you're suited. I answered 4 A's, 2 B's, and a C, which meant I'm a proactive go-getter, but Mark answered 6 C's, 2 D's and a Q, which meant he was either a vampire or Robert Mugabe. So I said, sorry, I can't live without sunshine or free and fair elections. I want a divorce. And he said, good, because you've got fat.
When I was sacked, they told me that the final straw had been my suggestion that we follow up the success of Sunny Delight with Windy Delight. A version of the sugary fruit-based original into which we'd pumped some farts.
Hello there, I'm Annabelle from across the way.
Oh, hello, I'm Morris, and this is my wife, Jean.
Hello, Morris and Jean.
Hello.
I was just walking past, and I couldn't help noticing that lining the pathway to the front door are numerous pairs of animal statues, culminating in this pair of stone hedgehogs on your front porch.
Oh, yes, Herbert and Hazel.
Oh, they have names. I then noticed that, and I do say this lightly, the artist has depicted the animals with costumes and props. There's a frog in a cape, a mouse with a trombone, and I think I'm right in saying that squirrel is playing golf.
Harry Potter.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Right, Morris, Jean, I'm now going to ask you some questions about the statues which will decide whether we shall be friends or not friends. And to be honest, I don't see this ending well. Are we ready? Morris and Jean, did God command you to gather these stone animals 2 by 2 in your front garden and then build an ark to save them from impending floods?
No, but...
Are they the unfortunate result of a 12-hour bender involving Anthony Gormley, Terry Nutkins and a bucket of clay?
No.
And last but not least, if a woman, and it's not me, were to take these creatures and store them for eternity at the bottom of the sea, would you mourn their loss and immediately replace them, or offer up a sacrifice to your lucky stars for ending the nightmare that was this pottery, grottery, non-imaginary menagerie, or as it shall henceforth be known, horrenda zoo?
They're irreplaceable, so we just get the gnomes out of storage.
Goodbye, Morris and Jean. Forever.
What does that mean? We're...
Not friends.
It wasn't until I was 14 that my brother admitted that he'd been joking all along about peanuts having to be consumed in a suppository fashion.
Now on Radio 4, Desert Island Discs.
Your broadcast to say, shut up. Now, this morning I was most discombobulated to find the women once again have failed to meet my breakfast tray demands. They said, oh, madame, would you like some balls of lovely melon with some plump red seedless grapes? But I say, women, FFS, what did I just write on the bathroom door? Hello, bathroom, love you, love your work. My compliments to the yellow rubber duck. And below that, Dear women, I will have ricey crispy chocolate pops for breakfast every day or some of you will die. P.S. I do not care for melon, and even if I did, it would obviously need to be in triangles, not balls. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Then I said, now watch this drive, and put a bogey on the wall. So the women got all happy and said this day was the worst. I said, pull the other sock. Worse than the time I drove the bus into the church. Worse than the time I made cleaner eat a chair. And even worse than the other time I made a burning Christmas toilet by putting tinsel petrol in the loo. And they said, you may have a point. And I said, yes, I rather thought I had. After that, I went into the drawing room to chillax with China Lion. Now, China Lion sits on the mantelpiece so he can see the window, so he can see the door, and be well placed for combat should the naughty wicker donkey try to launch an air attack. Now, China Lion pointed out that it was Tuesday, the best day for an ambush of the women in the supermarket shops, and it was easy peas. China Lion sat in the car park in a waiting taxi cab. I hid in the aisle disguised as mozzarella cheese, and then when the women came past, I hijacked the trolley, shout every little helps, and drive off with the loot. Then we did a hilarious impression of a budget airline by coming home 4 hours late, having lost most of the bags. Good times, I love it. Shut up now, go away.
When I hear about animal testing, I get absolutely furious. But then I guess there's no other way of checking if it really is an animal otherwise. I mean, you could try asking it, are you an animal? But if it was dishonest or on the run from somewhere, it might say, no, I'm not. I'm a vegetable or a mineral, and throw you off the scent.
Excuse me, this salmon is supposed to be organic, and in my opinion it tastes farmed.
But you seem to have eaten most of it, sir.
Yeah, well, that's not the point. I didn't like it, and I'm not going to pay for it.
OK, I don't deal with discounts to the bill. You'll need to speak to our accounts manager, Sally, and I don't think you want to do that.
Why not?
Because she's really, really cross.
Don't be ridiculous. Bring her here, please.
Over your dead body. Sally! This man wants a reduction on his bill.
Why? Because you're a man, and you man want something. So can everybody man drop what they're doing and man give it to you, man now?
Look, this salmon is not organic.
Oh, well, why didn't you say it was something important? Forget about the bill, you haven't got time. You've got to get in your wood-fired paper car and drive back to your recycled cottage before settling down for an evening of eco-fun with your vegan wife and her sustainable face.
Look,
Yeah, I'm just a stupid woman juggling a full-time job and a family of 5. I don't do anything important, and all I've got to get home to is a house full of knitting and a husband who, despite being given erogenous zones for dummies every Christmas for the last 6 years, still thinks 58 seconds of is it here, is it here, is it here, is it here, makes him sexually adept.
Look, I'm really sorry.
Now, do you want to pay the full bill, or do you want me to start crying, then try and get off with you?
I'll pay the bill.
I remember putting my gerbils, George and Gladys, in 2 slinkies and letting them race down the stairs. That's why you see a warning on the box now, not for use with gerbils.
Hello there. Could I please speak to the person of the household who pays the energy bills?
Yes, I do.
Lovely. I'm from South West Power, and I'm just going round all the homes in the neighbourhood. Did you know that if you switch to us for your energy supply over the next 12 months, you'll have absolutely no way of telling whether we're cheaper or more expensive than your previous supplier, because you can't be supplied by the two simultaneously and then pick the better offer at the end?
No, I suppose I didn't know that.
Well, now you do!
And now recent figures show there's been a decline in the number of women in powerful political roles. And yet in 1997, there were record levels of female MPs elected to Parliament following New Labour's landslide victory. One of them was Hermione Hardcastle, and she joins me now. Hermione Hardcastle, what became of the Blair Babes?
Well, they're still very much around, Jonathan. And in fact, a few years ago, there was even talk of relaunching ourselves as the Blair Bikini Babes. But Tony felt that whilst he wanted to appeal to women, at the same time, he did not want to repel men.
And why do you think fewer women are working at the top?
Well, I don't know. It's not a question of discrimination. I myself have had several senior positions in the last 5 years. I've been Transport Secretary, Culture Secretary, Minister without portfolio, and now, of course, Minister without computer.
You don't have a computer?
No, but I do have a phone, a notepad, and a special Gordon Brown novelty pen. Gordon's on one end, and if you turn him upside down, his clothes don't come off because we're in a recession and there isn't time for that sort of thing.
I have a dog at the moment, and when that dies, I'm getting a cat. My taxidermist friend says I can use the dog as a sort of cupboard for the cat to stay in. Then, when the cat passes, I'm going to buy a guinea pig. R.I.P. guinea pig. Little mouse. Bye-bye mouse. Hello ant. It's a storage solution I learned from some dolls I met in Russia. Hiya, I'm Peter from next door. Just wanted to come over and introduce myself.
Oh, hello, Peter. Very nice to meet you. My name is Olga.
Olga, great. And what brings you to Leighton Bassett?
I had to flee my small Soviet nation because of a civil uprising.
Oh, my goodness, poor you.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I was a tyrant, so hello, it comes with the territory.
Sorry, did you just say you were a tyrant?
Yes, you know, like a dictator, but with less mercy and more crocodiles.
What did you need the crocodiles for?
What do you not need crocodiles for, Peter? They are a multi-purpose tyrant accessory. I even had two in my royal palace. Oh, they were called Snippy and Snappy. And I would say to the masses, one of them tells the truth and the other always lies. But it doesn't really matter because they will both shred you to death.
Well, I suppose me and the wife better take care to stay on the right side of you then.
Yes, Peter. Because I would hate for anyone to wake up and be dead. I'm just having a laugh, Peter. Your face. But seriously, move your car from across my drive or the following people will be eaten by illegally imported crocodiles. You, your wife, that is all. Good day.
My parents were very frank in telling me from an early age that I was adopted. It was only when I turned 27 that they told me they had, in fact, been lying. And consequently, my 6-year search for my birth parents had been a total waste of time.
I always find that life is full of surprises. For instance, I had my handwriting analysed a couple of years ago. The long Y's mean that I'm confident and outgoing, and the smiley faces I dot my I's with mean I am lucky to have friends. But I always thought I was a valuable resource in my firm. So when they brought in a consultancy firm to look for ways to cut staff costs, I was like, thank God I'm brilliant, high five. But this consultant woman called Bryony followed me round for 2 weeks, noting down everything I do in the day and the time I take to do it. And it turns out I'm not brilliant at all. I only spend 4% of my time doing actual work and 96% either eating salad, talking about eating salad, or looking at pictures on www.fatdogsincostumes.com/Elizabethan era.
I guess my career as a skydiving instructor really came to an end when I told a first-time jumper that he didn't need a parachute because his hair was so big it would cushion his landing. And he believed me.
Ah, Caroline, wait.
Claire, why aren't you in the office?
I will be. I just wanted to tell you something before you got home.
What?
Okay, you know that feeling where something somewhere has gone horribly wrong, but you're not sure what?
Yes.
Well, I've got that feeling, only I am sure what it is. You know how you asked me to do 2 things? Take your mother to the doctor and put your green bin out for the recycling?
Yes.
Put it this way, Dr. Simmons says there's nothing wrong with your old newspapers, their blood pressure is fine. Well, worst case scenario, Chinese landfill. Best case scenario, she's been melted down and turned into another mum. My mother was a cat person. She used to sit for hours in front of the fire looking cross whilst licking her own bum. And welcome back. That was, of course, DJ Bad Pate with his new single, I Will Make a Picnic on Your Mum. Bonjour. You are listening to Paris Chat. My name is Sandrine, and my guest this week is French filmmaker Patrice Canard. His new film, Nobody Knows What the Hell This Is About 4, is out this week, and already critics are calling it the best French film since Nobody Knows What the Hell This Is About 3. Patrice.
Salut.
You have made 25 films in a career spanning 3 decades, and the theme is always the same. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. What is it that your films are trying to say?
Well, Sandrine, I've spent some time in Hollywood where everyone will tell you that to have a successful film, you must have a great plot, good characters, interesting dialogue, and lots of surprises along the way. So I suppose by making 25 films where nobody knows what the hell is going on, I am saying I am French and I'm really, really great.
So would you say that you are more really great than the Americans?
The Frenchmen wear bikini pants on the beach and love it.
A French women required by law to look disgusted and cross. And so if we are more really great than the Americans, and Americans originally came from England, then surely we are also more really great than all of the people of England.
Yes, it is so obvious it wears a trouser.
Now I have Richard Gibbons, the head of Visit England, on the phone right now. Richard, we won't visit England because we hate it. What are your inferior thoughts on this topic?
Oh, well, look, the whole thing is ridiculous and xenophobic. To say that one nation is better than
And I'm going to have to hang up on you there, Richard. Because you are so boring that my retinas cannot be bothered to process the incoming light, and I have gone blind. Next up, it is Cédric Dupois with his new #1 single, I Don't Believe in a Thing Called Mouthwash.
Talking and Not Talking starred Laura Solon with Rosie Cavaliero, Ben Moore and Ben Wilbond. It was written by Laura Solon with additional material from Ben Moore, John Hunter and Holly Walsh, Charlie Miller, Gareth Gwynn and John Luke Roberts. The script editor was Jeremy Dyson and the producer was Colin Anderson.
Hello, you are through to Gwynneth in customer services. How may I help you? Although I would like to state at this point that history informs us I probably can't.
Hello, yes. I need to transfer some money in euros to a Spanish bank account.
Need or want?
I need. I need to pay a deposit for a holiday let.
Okay, sir. We are about to embark upon a journey together across the sand. There will be 2 sets of footprints, but during the saddest and most trying times of the call, there will be just one. And you will ask me, where were you when I needed you most? And I will say, because I'm not your one true lord and I don't really care, I put you on hold and read a copy of Heat.
This is completely unprofessional.
I know. The worst thing is they hired me for my people skills. It was the only thing on my CV apart from smoking.
Look, if you can't help me, please put me through to somebody who can.
I would, but I don't have Father Christmas's number.
But hang on.
This was fun. Thanks for your call.
Talking and Not Talking with Laura Solon.
And now, of course, it's a big weekend for Lewis Hamilton at the Spanish Grand Prix. Our very own Andrea Harris is trackside in Valencia. Andrea, what can you tell us?
Very exciting news, Martin. I am in Zara, where I've just bought a new coat, dress and pair of jeans for, you're not going to believe this, €45.
What about the Grand Prix?
Well, if it's anything like it was an hour ago, Martin, there'll be a load of cars going round and round in a noisy circle, watched by middle-aged men in Ferrari jackets. Excuse me, have you got this in a size Os 12, Ross? Thanks.
Who was in the lead?
I think it was a red one. Or maybe blue.
Which team was it? Which driver?
I don't know, Martin. They've all got big hats over their faces. And they go past you at like 200 miles an hour. Plus, this man in a Ferrari jacket kept coming up to me every 2 seconds and asking if I wanted to have a go on him.
And what did you say?
I said, OK, but only if you take me for a spin in your Ferrari afterwards.
But having the jacket doesn't mean they have the Ferrari car.
No, it means they are Ferrari divorced and living in their mum's spare room. 20 minutes in a hot portaloo, Martin, and for what?
We're saving money on petrol. Instead of taking people to hospital in ambulances, we're encouraging them to cycle.
So there I am, in my kitchen, making mince pies for the Christmas fair, when suddenly I hear a titanic woof, and a gaseous, multicoloured Labrador leaps out of my apron pocket. I thought, don't panic, Miriam, it's just a magic rainbow dog. It is more scared of you than you are of it. So it helps itself to a bowl of cereal and then asks why I'm filling the mince pies with socks. And I said, how dare you? Put your bowl in the dishwasher, and of course I'm filling my mince pies with socks. I'm off my boobs on acid.
I'll tell you one surefire way of saving money. Monocles. Half the price of glasses, and you get the added bonus that you'll never have to worry about unwanted female attention.
That's a free kick!
He was pulled down.
Oh, this is a rubbish game. Have you got any beer?
There's some in the fridge.
Right.
Why, good morrow, kind sir. If I may please divulge my identity most presently, I'm Charlotte Dunn, and this is my younger sister, Kitty.
Most charmed, upon my word.
How did you get in the fridge?
I cannot speak well enough to be unintelligible, but we are single ladies of Longbourn, circa 1813, and thus have a propensity for starting sentences of intolerable length and complexity, with clauses that stop and never seem to... And as we only draw breath once a day, I will not pause, but merely continue to explicate that we are also in possession of a stargate, through which we journey seeking husbands in future worlds.
Sorry, what?
Yo, we is like man-hungry time travellers, and we want to go ride on you, brethren.
Kitty! My sincere apologies. We previously visited the fridge of the Bloods or the Crips, and she has become insouciant and carries a piece. So, sir, are you in a disposition to be certain the degree of your regard for me and its reasonableness?
What?
Do you wish to engage yourself to me in marriage?
No.
Oh, go on. Then your friend can marry Kitty.
I am not handsome, but I am very open-minded.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Well, come on, Kitty. We must get into slag rags and try our luck at school disco.
I would like to get married, but I am specific when it comes to the man I want for a husband. He must be wider than he is tall. Look a bit like, but not too much like Samuel L. Jackson. And ideally, he'd be able to breathe underwater through one of his 12 legs.
Now, Carol, would I be right in saying you've now started and folded 16 businesses?
16 and a half, if you count the time I invested in my friend Angela's business. She's in my Divorce But Fine women's group, and she invented a laundry basket that promises to spend the rest of its life with you, and means it.
Right, so 16 and a half failed businesses and the loss of thousands of pounds. You now say you know where you've been going wrong.
Yes, I do. It was when I was launching Carole Coca-Cola, the pot fizzy energy drink made with beef extract. I wondered, why were people buying Coca-Cola instead of Carole Coca-Cola?
Something to do with it tasting of meat?
Or they didn't associate themselves with the Carole Price brand. So I employed the services of a brand consultancy firm called Barry, and for just £25,000 cash up front, he's helping me to access my target demographic.
And who are the target demographic?
People with money who buy stuff.
So, how did you pay Barry?
Well, luckily his brother is a lone whale.
A lone whale?
Yes, they're nicer than sharks. He's really helpful. And it's funny because his real name's David, but on his business card he's called Psycho Dave.
Psycho Dave.
Oh, yeah. Do you think that maybe it's an ironic name, like Little John?
No.
Oh.
A successful relationship is one where couples understand one another. I understand that my husband wants to spend weekends watching football, and he understands that if he does, I will spend the next 6 days in silence, where every time he asks what's wrong, I say nothing, not that you care, then cry a bit.
I'm trying to buy a present for my mother, and I'm just hopeless at choosing things she like. I don't suppose you could give me some pointers, could you?
Certainly. Have you been here before, sir?
No.
Right. Well, this is a very well-known department store in an extremely expensive area of London. At the moment, we're standing in the handbags and leather goods section, all of which are designer, so you can't afford them. You see that overnight bag?
Yes, it's very, very nice.
You can't afford it. You see this leather clutch purse?
Yep.
You can't afford it either. Let's move over to ladies' accessories. This is the area I like to call scarves, because that's what we sell in it. And here's a rather lovely chiffon one by Yves Saint Laurent.
Oh, my mum loves scarves.
That's a shame, because you can't afford it. Now, at the cheaper end of the scale, we have got this 50% cashmere one, which is nice.
It's wonderful.
But this isn't a feel-good film starring Meg Ryan and a talking dog, so you still can't afford it. There's ladies' wear up that escalator, don't bother, you can't afford it. And then through there is China. If you want to get to the exit, I'd go through there. If not, then don't, because, and I cannot stress this enough, you can't afford it.
Right. Is there anything in this shop that I might be able to afford?
Does your mother like chocolates?
Yes, she does.
So logically, she would like one chocolate?
Does it come in a nice box?
Yes.
Well, that'll be great.
You can't afford it. I just looked into his eyes and said, rah, rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen, there was a cat that was really gone. Because I had to say something. Everyone in the church was waiting, and I'd forgotten we were writing our own vows.
Who's next, please?
Yes, hello. I believe you have a package for me. The name is Olga Dabrowski.
Dabrowski. No, sorry, nothing under that name.
Okay, is it under Olga the Terrible?
No.
Olga the... Oh my God, ow, my leg is not supposed to go that way and it really, really hurts.
Yeah, nothing at all under Olga, I'm afraid.
Oh, it's just I'm expecting a delivery from Nyetver. It's a small Soviet state.
Oh, wait a minute, you're Olga Dabrowski? The tyrant, Olga Dabrowski?
Yes, that is me.
Oh my God, I've read all about you. You did really awful things.
Well, I don't like to blow my own trumpet. I had minions to do that for me. But yes, you're right, I did. 9 golden tigers. Hello? Must have been doing something right. And let's not forget a little place called the Tyrant Hall of Fame. Who's that in between Genghis Khan and Madonna? I think it might be me.
You're a monster.
Oh, stop it. You're making me blush. No, I'm not a monster. I'm just an inhuman despot with a heart of cold, cold steel who got lucky. Anyway, I can't stand around here chatting, but if a big box arrives marked definitely not stolen gold, then drop me an email. My address is peasantslayer99000approx@hotmail.com.
Of course I believe in love at first sight. I've experienced it. Unfortunately, I also experienced dislike at first smell immediately afterwards.
And now on Radio 4, the news headlines.
Hello, news fans. Guess who news? Who's a lady from the house? Here are today's headlines. Shut up, I will do my own pips. Pip. The China Line and I have just secured funding to build a massive cardboard mouse. Why the hell would you do that, I hear you say? Because the hell, we spent most of last week constructing a big wooden piece of cheese. And without a mouse, it just looks crap. Pip. In political news, there is growing tension between me and Cleaner. Now, I hate cleaner because she is fat and smells of Asda. But recently, I can add disobedient to her catalogue of wrong. I issued a decree that all the laundry in the house must be washed in rainbows. And yet this morning, there she is, bold as butter, using washing powder in direct contravention of the rules. I said, cleaner, WTF. I wrote you a note, dear Tubulance. Use 2 scoops of a multicolored spectrum of light for laundry, love me. Are you so fat and poor that you have unlearned to read? And she said, but madame, it is impossible to scoop from a rainbow. But all I could hear was mama, mama, mama. So I had no choice but to take a 10-foot run-up and then kick her in the flute. Pip. In other news, China Lion and I went into the kitchen this morning to have a free and frank discussion with the contents of the fridge. I said, OJ, tomatoes, tartar sauce, love you, love your work. Eggs, mayo, quiche Lorraine, is this really the best we can do? Pull your socks up or I will smear you on the rug. Then I ran around the garden singing moonpig.com until it was time to go to bed. Good times, I love it.
Here's your, tea. Ooh.
Are you all right?
Yeah, just a little bit tender. Had to go to the beauty salon in my lunch break and have a CDW.
What's a CDW?
A comprehensive downstairs wax. Everything's gone. It's like a Sphinx cat down there.
Why have you done that?
Well, Cosmo said that my nude shoot would be easier if I cleared the decks.
You're going to do a nude shoot for Cosmopolitan magazine?
Yeah. I was in the kitchen making a hot malt beverage when the phone goes. Hello, my name's Molly. I'm head of objectifying men. How would you feel about being our Mr. November? You will be naked, but we'll put something suggestive over your essentials in the edit, like a banana and 2 plums, or a map of Italy, with a Channel Island on either side.
But...
I know, don't they normally use male models or hunky celebrities? Well, yes, they do, normally. But she explained that in November they want to rewrite the rules. And the new rules mean that Sexy is now a 40-something facilities manager with man boobs and a dust allergy. Watch out, girls, he's locked and loaded and ready for unlocking and unloading.
Yeah.
You think it's Richard playing a trick again?
But if I'm wrong, and you really are Cosmo's nude hunk of the month, then bloody well done. I overreact sometimes. Like the other day, my husband left the toilet seat up, so I had him spayed.
And now it's a slow news week, so it's over to Claire Richard, our slow news correspondent. Claire, where are you? What can you tell us? And should we really even bother?
I'm in a village in Northamptonshire, Dermot, with retired couple Leonard and Sylvia Evans. Leonard thought he'd found a lost Rembrandt in his attic, but then he realised he doesn't have an attic. It was all a dream. In other news, Sylvia's sister Alice washed her new cardigan this morning, and it's gone bobbly.
Join us after the break, or don't. It's completely up to you.
My wife, right, is totally, and I mean totally, in love with Antonio Banderas. But the thing is, right, get this, if you translate his name into English, he becomes Tony Flags. Huh, not so much the Spanish lover now, eh, Tony? More a Cockney builder.
A few weeks ago, my office were booked in on a spy-themed James Bond team-building/strengthening cohesive business facilitation course. The testimonials from clients said it all. Amazing! I just wish the killings were real! ! Derek from Leeds. Thank you, Spy Train. You helped me get over my fear of standing with other people in a field. Dean from Dean's mum's house. Happy 60th, Dad. Oh, sorry, I thought this was a card. Ian from Kent. 2 days later, we arrive at Spy Train HQ just outside Bracknell. Like professional spies, we'd been instructed to wear casual clothing and comfortable shoes. A lady called Sandra was our course leader. We do things a bit differently round here, she proclaimed, giving everyone a fun hat, before asking for a hostage volunteer. The next 3 hours were spent trying to rescue Maureen from accounts from some Russian dissidents, who were so dissident they came from Reading and were called Norman and Dave. While whilst Maureen bored them with her story about the time she nearly met Robert De Niro in A Little Chef but didn't because it wasn't actually him, we received the necessary spy training to get her out. We learned methods of room entry by opening and closing doors, and then spent 20 minutes in the helicopter simulator, which involved sitting in a cardboard box while Sandra span around making chipper noises to simulate blades. In the end, Maureen freed herself early by popping to the loo, so Sandra made us carry a wheelbarrow, a log and a bag of cement to the fence and back without any of them touching the ground. We just put them in the back of our minibus and drove them. In the end, we all left having learnt there's no I in team, but there's some in seriously, Sandra, that was £99 per person plus VAT. And to paraphrase Dr. Samuel Johnson, when you're tired of Bracknell, you've just got there.
Figures released this week claim that youth crime has fallen to its lowest level since records began, with a drop of over 250%. I'm joined by Minister for that sort of thing, Hermione Hardcastle. Hermione, is this actually true?
Well, in many ways it is, and what we've been doing is twofold. We got tough on crime, but we got tougher on the meaning of crime. It now only refers to illegal acts committed on horseback before 1936. Now, the second thing we've done is tackle the problem of respect. But what we've found is that whilst a lot of these young people have no respect for their parents, the police, even themselves, they do have respect for tigers.
Tigers?
Yes, the sort of stripy lion. And what happens is, we sit the young offenders down, explain about how important respect is, and then let them go outside for squash and biscuits. But what they don't know is, squash and biscuits are actually two whacking great Siberian tigers who are both hungry and enraged. Chess is dreadfully non-PC. It's black versus white, and the white team gets to move first, for God's sake. Whenever I play, we mix up the pieces so there's an even number on each side. It's much fairer, but gets very confusing after about 5 goes.
Professor Stevens, do you enjoy going to the cinema?
Why, yes, Professor Rogers, as I enjoy all contexts in which one can legally sit in the dark and watch people.
Good. Because there are 2 films showing this evening that I'd be rather keen to see. One is a 5-hour Japanese art house documentary about dishonour and shame, and the other is a romantic-ish thriller called Loads of Pretty Women Kissing.
Well, my immediate response is that whilst it would be absorbing and illuminating to watch a 5-hour Japanese art house piece on dishonour and shame, we would probably experience actual dishonour and shame after watching Loads of Pretty Women Kissing.
Yes, that's true. We're at a crossroads. Perhaps we should flip a coin.
Or you could pick a number between 1 and 3. If it's higher than 5, we go Japanese, but if it's between 1 and 3...
I pick 2.
I had a toy beauty salon head with hair you could style. It came with blue and green eyeshadow, but only one shade of blusher. I still go back to it from time to time. You get a much more even look than you do with an embalmed head. This week I'm going to show all of you hard-working mothers out there how to make the perfect dinner for when your only son brings his new girlfriend home. Or as I call it, chicken a la the witch is trying to steal him from you. Now, first things first, chop a large white onion and rub it into your eyes for as long as you can. Then when they arrive and your son asks, is anything the matter, you can say it's nothing with the just love me 'cause I'm brilliant face that Kate Winslet did on Parkinson. Now, the chicken will be ready in about an hour, so that's plenty of time to get mum drunk, which involves drinking just to the point where you are cross, but nobody knows why. A box of oaky Chardonnay warmed to room temperature is a good place to start. This means that when the girlfriend offers to help, you can say, I'm perfectly capable, thank you, in a voice which makes a sheep on a farm 6 miles down the road give birth to a 2-headed snake. Now serve the girlfriend a large helping, remarking she looks like she has a healthy appetite. This will ensure that she doesn't finish it, queuing you up for the classic, "Don't you like my food? What a shame, it's just I've been cooking since dawn." After the meal, serve coffee made out of gravy granules, so when your son points out the mistake, you can say, "Oh dear, it happens all the time. It's because I'm old and probably going to die soon." Pause, sniff, look to the middle distance. On my own. Then, when your son goes to the loo, show the girl whose name you can't be bothered to learn your grandmother's locket in which you've placed a picture of his previous girlfriend. Tell her she was like a daughter to you, only closer, before clutching it to your chest and singing a few bars of "I will always love you" as you bid them goodnight.
I tried explaining that with clothes, I just never know what's meant to be in and what's meant to be out. But he still arrested me for indecent exposure. Unbelievable.
Once again, the United Planetary Super Summit is assembled. To protect and serve the known universe and beyond, our word is galactic law. I, Spitlak, have journeyed from the ringed realm of Saturn.
I, King Lavatron, have travelled from the fiery orb of Mars.
I, Queen Lunopola, bring greetings from Jupiter and its many moons.
And I, Bedfordshire County Council worker Pamela Harris, have come from a seminar on traffic bollards in Stevenage.
Summit representatives. After 5 years of careful and intensive preparations, calculations and research, the Sun is finally in the correct alignment for Mexos 5 to forge a gravitational alliance with Mexos 4 and annex their two worlds as one. They ask for our blessing to proceed.
Mars has no objections.
Jupiter concurs.
It's a no from Bedfordshire, I'm afraid.
But you said you approved the union.
And I do, but I also approve of a little PDF document called Planetary Annex Alliance, the New Builds Procedure, which is available for download on the planning homepage.
Every time.
You can poo-poo it all you like, but if we did not have strong policy and procedures to follow, then a lot of our employees would have very little to do in the day. So I will refer you to section SEB 5II paragraph 4, which states very clearly that no consent or permission may be granted to those applications which fail to meet the standards laid out in section SEB 4AW, which requires all applications to comply with the application criteria as detailed in the Customer Service Charter.
I.e.?
I.e., you have to fill out the form in black ink.
Looks like black ink to me.
Well, I held it up to a Dulux colour swatch, and it's definitely navy or midnight blue. So, the application has been invoided, and they will just have to wait for the sun to come around again in another 64,000 years. However, it's not all doom and gloom. They've won a bronze rosette for their waste management services, so they don't go home empty-handed.
Susan had only really been in for a day to have the cyst removed. The doorbell went, and this tall woman with painted fingernails stood there. She said, "Mr. Collins." I said, "Yes." She said, "The hospital sent me. I'm your courtesy wife."
And that was, of course, Johnny Dupont with his new song, "My Heart is Heavy and Full, like the goose we will shortly kill for pâté." Bonjour, my name is Sandrine. You are listening to Paris Chat. My guest this week is fashion designer Jean-Luc Debanque. He has just come back from a 6-month stay in Africa, where he was working with the organization Pantalons Sans Frontières. Jean-Luc.
Merci, Sandrine. Yes, I spent 6 months in Pantalons Sans Frontières, traveling up the west coast of Africa through many villages and tribes deprived of basic fashionable trousers. Along the way, I saw many terrible things: poverty, disease, suffering, corruption, and it made me think, I am French, so I am really great.
But of course, that is obvious, like the sea. And would you agree that we are more really great than, say, I don't know, off the top of my face, someone from England?
You know, I cannot answer that simply yes or no, but when I was in Africa, we drove through a dried-up riverbed. By the side of the road, there was a pile of dead fish, which was fetid and covered in flies. Then a monkey with the Ebola virus came along. He ate the whole thing, and 5 minutes later, he exploded into a liquid puddle of rotting, fishy monkey goop.
And I tell you something for sure. If you took that goop and kept it in a bucket for 2 weeks by hot radiator, it would still be better than the people from England.
Well, that is very interesting and true, but it is not a proper discussion without the other side of the argument, even if the other side is fat and badly dressed. So joining us on the line is Mrs. Paulina White, who lives on the south coast of England. Pauline, I am already bored. What is it about England that you want to say?
Well, I just think it's very silly and narrow-minded.
Shut up, Pauline, or as we say in French, le shut up. That is all we have time for. Next time we'll be telling you why smoking makes you brilliant and cool. Now, to play us out, we have the new single from Marie Lemain, In My Heart There Will Always Be Room For You. My darling, you are my cheese course.
Talking and Not Talking starred Laura Solon with Rosie Cavaliero, Ben Moore and Ben Wilbond. It was written by Laura Solon with additional material from Ben Moore, John Hunter and Holly Walsh, Charlie Miller and John Luke Roberts. The script editor was Jeremy Dyson and the producer was Colin Anderson.